Okay, trying to get back to this whole schedule of going live in the morning. It's been a minute, so I can't believe I'm live right now. So let's do this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you watch this later on, I hope your day is fabulous. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sorry, I had to send out something. Okay, trying to get ready. I still got this pimple, but I honestly didn't work on it. I don't know. It was a long weekend, y'all. Kari was not feeling well, so was busy, trying to keep my grandson. He's having he's not feeling well, so was not doing things like that. Um, so it was just about him. It was all about him. Hey, I hear people up, moving around. I hear people up. So we'll see. So anyway, I am going to be getting ready for the day, darlings. I'm going back and forth on what I'm gonna wear. I have Oud Orchid out. And then um I have Vahina, which is that new vanilla that I bought. Decisions, decisions. Decisions, decisions. Whoo, this water is hot. I do this to myself every day. I try to make the water just right warm, and then it gets too hot, and then it takes me forever to drink, but I get it done. So anywho, I did something really good yesterday. So Bath and Body Works had a sale yesterday. It was $5.50 for all body care, right? Well, I did not order anything because they got some new fragrances that I want to try out. But then I was like, girl, let it, you could just slow down, slow out. And I was about to like find, I was about to hoe up. But I said, no. And I talked myself out of it. I had a cart. Cart is there. But I was like, nah, we good. That was a moment. Proud of myself. I was tempted. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was very tempted. But I said, nope, I'm going to be good right now. I'm going to be good. So I didn't buy anything. That was like, yes, girl, yes. So that was that. That was a moment. That was a moment because I had like 10 things in the cart. Yeah, about 10 things in the cart. Red to go. And I was like, nah, you good. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. Whew, I felt good about my life choices at that moment. Because, it's like, girl, you don't need to get that right now. Because, I'm looking at it like this. I can wait till we hit the holiday season real. Because they're gonna go down again. They're probably gonna go down to $4.95. At some point, we're gonna hit the SAS and all that shit gonna go on sale. So, and I am not chasing, and I really am working on that. Because, it's like, especially when you do stuff like this, you get into that chase mode. Like, oh, I need to get the new thing so I can talk about it before everybody. That is the mindset of creators, especially people who do products. We want to be the first in the first voice because they get you the most views and, just gives you that vibe like, yes, I did it before everybody. Nah, I'm okay. So I ain't about nothing. Now I do see some stuff I want. I wanted a few of them for a minute. I said, they'll be there. They will be there. And that's where I sat. So I said, okay. You're just going to let them sit and do nothing. And I was proud of myself because I did. So I was just watching this young lady talk about colorism and, like celebrities and their light tears. Because let's just talk about it. You got white tears and then you got the light tears from the light skinned folks who want to cry about being light skinned. Girl, shut the fuck up. Coming from a light skinned woman. you know, the whole conversation irritates me because these are people that you can seriously see live an ambiguous life. Nothing about them says they are black. Now, there are light-skinned black folks that are black. You know what I'm saying? But then there's the ambiguous ones. And those are always the ones who always want to cry when they're called upon it, or when they need to be black, or when black folks really got on their ass. That's the ones who want to cry. And the reason why I say that is because you don't really hear the black light-skinned women crying like this or doing this whole thing. It's always the ones that live ambiguous lives. For instance, Thandie Newton, Zoe Saldana, which we know we was all irritated with her ass when she decided to take that role as Nina Simone. The ambiguous ones, the ones who run around trying to act like they ain't really black until they need to be black. Meghan Markle. The ambiguous ones. And then they was gonna pull out they come from black folks. Well, you sure the fuck didn't act like it. I didn't know there's nothing black about your ass. Ain't nothing blackity black about you. Hi, Sabrina. And, I'm bullied by dark-skinned women. Girl, shut up. You know why you bullied? Because you an asshole. How about look inward and see why people fuck with you? It might be because you're a little light-skinned bitch. I'm just saying, coming from a light-skinned woman, I could say this. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because if I was darker skin, this would be a whole big thing and I'd be bullying. Well, how am I bullying? When I look like you motherfuckers. And I'm here to tell y'all some bitches. Like, nothing about Thandie Newton says black to me ever until she decided to act like, because I always look at her as like, ooh, look at that light-skinned chick acting like she ain't black. And then I saw somewhere she said there was not, it's a American issue, this colorism. I saw somebody, and she was showing stuff like she said, are y'all ready for this? Like, she was considered dark in England. Girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. Honey, it is a world issue. Colorism exists everywhere. Everywhere. But it's like, I didn't experience this. No, see, what you didn't experience is motherfuckers calling you on it. See, the problem is that American black women we ain't got no chill. We gonna come for your ass eventually. We have no chill. And that's what they're used to. They're used to being able to sit comfortably in their ambiguities. There we go. In their ambiguity, nobody fuck with them. You here in America now. We gonna call your ass out after a while. Eventually, we gonna call your ass out. Listen, ho, you running around here like you ain't one of us. Or like Meghan Markle, they find their blackness when it is convenient. Like I said, don't be black now. Stacey Dash, all you motherfuckers. Don't become black because they don't want your ass. No, you was okay when they was accepting your ambiguous ass. Stay over there and play in that playground. We don't want you. I sure the fuck don't. Because clearly, they were in spaces where they, didn't have to deal with being black. And that's real. Because I was black. When I was young, I was called many a nigga. I fought many a white person for calling me a nigga. They did not care about my light skin. But that was the 70s, and they didn't give us no fucks about that shit. You know, I guess these 80s, you know, people was trying to be nice and they was holding that shit in. No, the 70s, they didn't play with that. White folks look at me and say, you was a nigga. Nigger. It wasn't none of that. She's so pale. No, they knew what I was. They knew I was black, and I was black. Okay, that's my rant for the day. I'm probably going to offend a few people. Do I care? No. I had a friend who used to tell us, you one of them, actually, she said, and this is ignorant, but she was like, see, you one of them light-skinned people who extra black. What does that mean? What does that mean? You know, because I'm like, no, I'm just one of them who just know I'm black. There's so many of us walking the streets who be trying to act like we ain't. I ain't gonna sit up here in front like they don't. You see them like up here on the north side, they're in the hipster crowds, you know, they're hipsters. And there's some of us who brown skin too, who be trying to act like, you know, color don't matter. Okay, until color does. Until you get that reminder, until somebody like, you know, ask you some stupid ass questions or say some stupid ass shit, then you won't get offended or in your feelings, but you by yourself. See, here's the issue with our black folks who want to walk this world acting like color don't exist until it affects them, is that when it happens, you have no one to turn to. You don't have anybody to support you or vent at or feel your pain because you've been so busy trying to act like ain't no pain involved, hey cousin, with being black, that now you have no ally on that. Now you have no ally. So you sit in your so then you get them, then you find your light tears and you want to cry and you want people to feel sorry for you and feel your pain and shit. And let me be real. I do understand certain things that you know, I do understand certain things because there is bullying on both sides. If you are in a space where it's majority brown skinned people, you're going to get a little bullying if you light skinned. If you're in a space, but like even today, I hate it, and I check these children when they start talking color. Ooh, she's so dark. Ooh, she's so black. I have to check the kids when they do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I cannot stand that, and I'm so sad that we are still dealing with this shit in 2022 and our children are dealing with it. But let me just say this, and I'm going to say it with my chest. I'm going to say it with my chest. Real. When we take our young girls especially and put them in braids all the time, when we put them in weaves all the time for this straight hair look, what are we continuing to perpetuate but this feeling that our naturalness is not good enough? I'm not saying you have to do it, but I feel like as a kid, stop doing it to these kids, because you got kids 4 years old walking around with heads full of braids, and I just be feeling for their hair follicles. Stop that shit. And it's so they look cute to the masses. No, I'm sorry. And I know, let's just do their hair. Let's just, because I feel like I look at them so often and they'll tell me this. These young kids tell me this. I got to go get my hair done. Why can't you? Girl, I can't be walking around with my hair like this. And it's their hair. They can't walk around because they can't see the beauty of them, because hair is part of women's beauty. Let's just be honest. And they can't see themselves as beautiful without all of that. And we want to act like it's okay. It's not. See, as an adult, you can make your decisions. Hey, Rachel, you can make your decisions and feel that way. But you are perpetuating this feeling of not being enough, of our beauty isn't enough without all of this extra shit. I'm not saying that everybody wants to be natural. I'm not even saying that that's a necessity. Okay, go and relax your hair, do what the fuck you want to do. But could you let these kids look like themselves so they can at least see that they are pretty, see that that they are gorgeous without all that shit. You want That's why we're going to have a generation of black women whose hairlines are back here when they get to be my age. Because they've done so much damage to their scalp that they ain't going to have no fucking hair. And I'm just being honest about that. I'm not saying you can't do these things, but allow children. Can we at least get them to 13 without putting the shit in their head? Can we do that? Can we please do that? Can we just do that a little bit? And I know that is so not what I should say, because then I'm taught that, I'm being whatever, saying that is saying that, we have rights to do whatever we want. Yes, you do. Hey, Coco, yes, you absolutely do. But I just think that it's a shame that our young girls feel like they have to wear this hair, have to add in extensions and things like, ooh, my head is getting hot, in order to be pretty. In order to be able to look at themselves as pretty, they have to add on all this. They have to do all this in order to walk through the world and feel like they're cute. Because that's the way they are. For real, for real. They're feeling like, they ain't cute without it. And it's up to us to help them see, no, baby, you beautiful. But we don't. And I get it. Braids are convenient. You slap them braids and you ain't got to worry about they have about a month. 4 to 6 weeks. I get it. I did it sometimes, but I didn't do it all the time. Every once in a while, Bianca would get some braids, like in the summertime. So I had to do her hair during the summertime. But she also wore her hair every other day. And most of the kids back then did. It was like, you didn't see all the kids running around with braids in their head. It's like, come on now, we gotta let them see. We need them to feel pretty without all the adornments. They need to feel that pretty without the adornments, because at some point, so what you gonna do? You gonna and let's be honest, we know what happens, because we have seen older black women who are now stuck in wigs because their hair is so messed up, and they don't want to admit that and then they admit, no, it was, it's because I wore all these wigs all these years, and yet we're still perpetuating that shit. So, and then it's like, well, the celebrities do, but see, here's what happens. The celebrities are getting paid for that. The celebrities are getting paid for that. And and when they take them out, guess what? We don't really see them as much. And when we do finally see them with their hair has gotten so long and it's so healthy. Why? Because they got somebody taking care of it when they take it out. Their hair is breathing when we don't see them. Okay. Right. But see, that's the whole issue with the natural hair vibe. Let's just be honest. Everybody want their hair look like yours, Coco. Everybody looking for them perfect loose waves, or those perfect curls. And man, when it take too much to get them. I ain't doing all that shit. Y'all know I don't. This is it. Braids. This is it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, see? See what I'm saying? Exactly. That's the go-to though. That wasn't smart, Louise. I mean, that's the go-to. Just throw a weave in, it'd be fine. And so we have a a so then we have a load of young women who cannot look. I'm telling you, I done had these kids like they wearing their hair, they wearing a head wrap, or if their hair is out, they just feel, oh my God, I gotta go get my hair done, and their parents are rushing them to get their hair done. They will miss school to get their hair done. When I tell them that I've never worn a weave, they be like, what? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing wigs, whatever. You know, I got some wigs. One day I'm going to pull them out. But there has to be a space where we feel okay with ourselves. Now, of course, you got to get past these people who say ignorant shit. Right? You know, then you got the people saying the ignorant shit. Like, oh, you know, you need to... What the hell did I get on here? Boy, okay. Sorry. Then you get the ignorant people who, you know, want to say, ooh, just because your hair is natural, it ain't got to look nappy. Shut your white aesthetic up. Hey, Jay. I mean, like, I had to, because, like, real talk, freeform locks are a lot for me to, but I think sometimes, but now I've seen, I think it's because a lot of the times the old school people with freeform locks, you know, did this little different look. Like I've seen beautiful freeform locks, you know, but it took me a while to get used to say, okay, they're beautiful too. I wanted the locks to be a little more uniform. I'm not even gonna front like I didn't, but now I am of the notion, everybody, you know, it's all beautiful. So yeah, the white, the light tears annoy me. All right, let me think. Okay, I'm trying to decide what fragrance I'm gonna wear today. What's the weather? you better watch me in all them places. You better watch me in every spot. Okay. What's the weather today? Oh, it's like 63 degrees right now. Is it gonna stay warm? Okay, so it's gonna be 75 today. Okay, and it's 63 right now. So I don't even have to get, oh, this is awesome. Okay, I don't even know what I'm wearing. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get off here soon. Okay, so what are we gonna wear today? I feel floral. It's 75 degrees. Let's go floral. Let's go a little floral something. Ooh, I see something. Bam! There we go. We just gonna be a powerhouse of florals. Trying to decide. It's got jasmine and fruity notes. I think I'm gonna use this jasmine and peach lotion to go with it because it's got, you know, fruity notes and jasmine and rose and everything. So we're gonna do this Accento overdose with a little EOS jasmine peach. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna see. I think the Accento overdose will probably. Right. But we were taught that you couldn't wear your hair, it had to be straight. And back in the day, there was no, like, it wasn't about silk pressing and stuff. You know, because they was frying the fuck out your hair with a press. Remember because I remember, hey, don't y'all remember getting that the hot comb, the pressing comb on the stove? So you had to get a relaxer because they burn the fuck out your hair. I did it to Bianca. One time I had the damn um, pressing comb too hot, burnt out a whole little section of her hair. Heard that, and all that hair fell out because I burnt the fuck out of it. So you had to do a relaxer because relaxer was, a better choice back in the day. Because we didn't have flat irons with actual temperature control. Listen, we know how it went. You put that hot comb on the stove, take it off, fan it in the air, and then you had to get and have a hey D'Angela, and then have a washcloth that you put it in to cool it off a little more. Come on, we all live that life. If you didn't, you wasn't black in America. I'm just saying. I finally got rid of mine. I had one for a long time. And I wanted, and remember, if you had the money to get a stove to put your hot, because my cousin did hair and she used Marcel irons and a stove. Oh, you couldn't tell nobody none. Because remember if you had some Marcels, did you have some Marcel irons? You had some Marcel irons, you was doing the business. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. When you get, I used to have them, but I used to have them old school ones, not the and then when I finally got one that was the golden hot ones that were Marcel's. But when you had the ones that you put them on the stove, burn it. Let's just take all our hair out. Let's just take all, and then you turn it. You have that one in your hand, like let it flip around. Right? Ain't no latto. A Marcel iron curls the shit out your hair. Whoo, you. Be crisp, and then the Marcels. Remember that your hair would be shiny as fuck with a Marcel. That's why I got Marcels, cause then your hair would be shiny, shiny. Be shiny. You know them. You could put them Marcels in, and they would just sit there. Remember that you put the Marcels in, and they pin them in place so they would cool off, and that damn that curl wasn't going nowhere. That curl was not going anywhere. Nowhere, no ma'am. No, it's not going nowhere. Not the Marcels. And you had to have the Marcel irons, right? Because I had like the golden hot, but it just wasn't the same as a real Marcel. Now you could get the turn, but it just wasn't the same as what you was like, your hand half burning. Because the motherfuckers never had anything that really kept that heat off your hand, right? At least with the pressing comb, it usually had a wood or something, so your hand wasn't as hot. But something about them fucking Marcels, they never made them where your hand wasn't getting warm when you was doing. You'd be like, I just do this shit. And then don't get a stove at Marcel's. Shit. Don't get a stove and have Marcel's, because I'm telling you, that's what my cousin did for years. She's a hairstylist. She worked Marcel's in a stove. Do that turn. And turn. Make you want to get one. Don't make you. I'm like, damn, maybe I should get a stove and some Marcel's. Like I'm going to curl my hair like that. But, hey, listen, I wanted, because remember, them stoves used to be expensive. I wanted a stove so bad. I really did. I just could not get it together and get the stove. I don't know why. It's like when you look at the things and you be like, oh, I really want that, but I can't afford it. But then you can afford everything else, right? I hate when my braids do that. When they like curl up. The fuck? Look at crazy. Could you just stay down? Okay. Yeah. Baby, because your hand be like hot. And then, here was the thing about the Marcells. The Marcells were basically, let's just talk about it. The Marcells are the were the precursor to the flat irons. Because remember, they pulled that Marcel through your hair. Baby, baby, baby. And now you know what they kill me with, the silk press. Why don't you just say you burn the fuck out of somebody's hair? Cause I'm scared of a silk press. I will straighten my own hair out, but I really have a problem with a silk press because I know how much heat they put on your hair, and I know that my shit takes forever. You put a silk press on my hair, I swear to God, if I do this, if I did it, that silk press would last for like 2 or 3 months before I actually would get my hair texture back. Um, It'd be bone straight like mug, but it would be take so long for my hair to be like. That's why, and this is just being real. You'll notice that there's a lot of people who do like straighten their hair, and then natural. They straighten their hair, and then they'll be like, I'm gonna go back to my curly hair. See, your hair really isn't going back to its natural texture. That's why they like it, because it gives it a little more waviness. Because you done burnt out some of your natural curl. So it's always so interesting when I see people say that. Oh yeah, my shit be flat, 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 flat. But it's so interesting to me when people say that, like, oh, and I'm gonna, go back and do, and then they're like, it's so, girl, your hair ain't all the way nappy. Your hair has not hit its natural nap at that point because it's still, you still got that heat going in. I just saw somebody, cause what did I tell y'all? The relaxed hair videos are going to become really big. They've always been around, but they were low key around because of the fact that people were doing, natural hair was so popular. Well, now that natural hair is losing its popularity and people are, more into straighter hair, now you're gonna see the relaxed hair girls come. They coming for you. They coming with they products. They come with all of that. Ooh, I sprayed it just in the air. Yeah. So get ready for the products. They're gonna be talking about the products to keep your hair healthy with the relaxed hair. And I'm okay with that too. Make your money. Hey Kelly, make your money. What am I wearing today? Huh. I didn't think that through, y'all. I saw one come up in my feed. I was like, okay. But so I have never had a weave. And I really won't do braids now because I'm worried about my edges. My edges are fragile. My edges will come out. So no, I really would like to do some of that. I would love to get some braids in, just so I don't have to worry about it. Um, but I worry about how tight, how it's going to be on, because because I'm too old to be trying to regain edges. My edges will be like, no, bitch, I've been here for this long. You did this to me. I'm out. And I'll be running around with a 10 head because I already got an 8. I got a 6.5 head right now. So no. What the fuck you talking about? Oh. Okay, I'm about to get out of here. I got like 7 minutes and I got to roll. I'm just trying because it's kind of nice, which means it's probably gonna be cold. It's either gonna be cold or hot in the building. I cannot gauge Um, Let me think about what I'm going to wear. Let me think about what I'm going to wear. Okay. Let me. You just chopped out your hair? Okay, I'm going to need a picture. I'm going to need a picture. I'm going to need to see how you look. Oh, you did find your sweat? And I found my tobacco and tonka bean. It was a good day. Yeah, she gonna say I chopped my head off, and then she just gonna leave us like that. She's gonna leave us like that, like, oh yeah, I chopped my hair off, and on to the next conversation. Um, I'm gonna need to see that. What could I put on? This nice and comfortable, some type of dress. Yeah, I gotta. Thank you. I would like to see a picture. Thank you. Don't play with me. Why do Why do men think we gotta? Why do men act like we gotta discuss our hair? You be alright. All right, y'all. It's 6:45. Let me get off of here. Get ready. Roll up out of here. Throw on some clothes. Start my day. I'm so behind. I just really don't get work done like I'm supposed to. So I gotta make sure I do all my work during the week. Okay. Yeah, you gonna have to tell me all about that one. Okay, y'all. Have a great day. Talk to you later.